Good morning all of you. This video is continuation of my previous video. If you recall my previous video, in that video we discussed about types of change, matter, characteristic of matter and classification of matter on the basis of physical and chemical property. In this video we will discuss in detail about different state of matter on the basis of chemical classification. So let's just start ki what are the things we are going to see today or we will understand today. Let's just start. Today we will discuss about definition and characteristic of solid, liquid, gas, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. Second, we will do comparative study of solid, liquid and gases. Third point, effect of temperature on and pressure on state of matter. Fourth point, sublimation and condensation with example. Fifth topic is interconversion of state of matter. These 5 topics we will try to finish in this video. So, let's just start. All of you are knowing there are 5 states of matter exist on the basis of physical classification. So the first state of matter is solid. Now just understand what is solid. Solid is one of the 5 fundamental state of matter. The atom in a solid are closely packed together and contain the least amount of kinetic energy. A solid is characterized by structural rigidity and resistance to a force applied to the surface. For example, table, chair, bat, etc. and many other things which comes in a category of solid. If you see this figure, the actual structure inside any solid is like that. Molecules of solids are closely packed. They are so tightly packed which give stiffness and rigidity to any solid. So, by this we understood ki what exactly solid is. Now let's just discuss characteristic of solid. What are the properties solid show that we will discuss now. Characteristic of solids. First characteristic of solids is solids are having definite mass, volume and shape. As molecules of solids are closely packed, so they are not having any space between them. That's why they are having definite volume and fixed shape. Second point is that short intermolecular distance. As we discussed also, ki there is a very least intermolecular space present between molecules of solid. Third point is that strong intermolecular force of attraction. If you recall my last video, in that we discussed about intermolecular force of attraction. It is a special type of force of attraction which binds molecule all together. So the strength of this force of attraction is very high in solids. Fourth point is the constituent particle remain fixed at their position and can only oscillate about their mean position. Means we can understand this point like this: the kinetic energy of solid is just next to negligible. Until we will not move any solid object, the solid will not move from one place to another place. Their particle remain fixed at their particular positions. Solids are incompressible and rigid. This point is related with the first point, as they are having very fixed volume and shape and very less intermolecular distance. That's why they are incompressible and rigid in nature. As their volume is fixed, that's why they are having very high density. We are knowing it, density is equals to m upon V. Means when the volume become high, the density become lower. So the volume of any solid is very less. That's why the density become very higher. Now let's just discuss characteristic of liquid and what liquid is. Now, a liquid is nearly incompressible fluid that conforms to the shape of its container but retain nearly constant volume independent of pressure. Just understand like this, solids are nearly incompressible fluid, means we will not able to compress it, and it will acquire the shape of the container in which we want to keep that particular liquid, and in that it is their volume remain constant. In case of solid, their volume is just next to negligible, but solids are having definite shape, size and volume. But in case of liquid, their shape is not fixed, but the volume is fixed. For example, just understand like this ki if you take 1 liter of milk in a big container, so the volume of that liquid is 1 and the shape it just get acquired in the shape of the container only. But after that, when you transfer that milk in any big bowl, so that milk contain or acquire the shape of a bowl. So by this we can say that the volume remain constant in liquids and it is independent of pressure also. As such, it is one of the 4 fundamental state of matter, that others are being solid, gases, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate also. But here why it is written 4 fundamental state of matters? Because in our day-to-day life we are observing 4 fundamental state of matter. The 5th state of matter is hardly found and it always formed at a extreme lower temperature. That's why there is no proper evidence of 5th state of matter is present. That's why here it is written 4 fundamental state of matter. Now, if you see this figure, when you actually see the structure, they are not as tightly packed as solid. There is a little bit intermolecular space present between the particles of liquid. Now, let's just discuss characteristic of liquids. What are the characteristics of liquid? So, liquids are having no definite shape but have fixed volume. Liquid takes the shape of the container. We already discussed it. The space between the particle is intermediate. Means the intermolecular space present between the particles of liquid are less than, you can say that very bigger than the solid and less than the gases. When we compare the intermolecular space present between the particles of solid, liquid and gases, so liquid is having more intermolecular space than the solid but higher intermolecular So, liquids are having intermediate intermolecular space present between the particles of liquid. It is bigger than the solid but lesser than the gases. Now, third characteristic, the force of attraction working between the particles of matter is intermediate. This also, in solid the force of attraction is very high, that's why they are compactly packed. But in case of liquid, the force of attraction is less. Because of that only, the particles are able to move from one place to another place, which give fluidity nature of liquid. Now, fourth point is that the movement of particles is intermediate, means it's not so high and it's not so less. Fifth point is that they are less compressible. Why? Because they are having intermediate intermolecular space present between the particle. They are not as much bigger than the gases, so easily get compressed. Now, last characteristic is that their rate of diffusion is more than the solid. The main reason of this characteristic is that in case of solid, the force of attraction is very high. The intermolecular space is very less. So, because of the less intermolecular space, solid does not undergo in the process of diffusion, but not in all cases. In some exceptions are also present, but in case of liquid, they are having little bit bigger intermolecular space than the solid, so they easily get mixed with other state of matter, and it shows the process of diffusion. Now, just understand what is diffusion. Diffusion is a process in which one higher concentration of a substance get mixed by lower concentration of the substance. Just understand like this: diffusion is a process by which the movement of any state of matter, basically or more likely liquid and gases, move from higher concentration region to the lower concentration region until the uniform concentration we will not obtain. In simple language, you will understand like this कि diffusion is a intermixing properties. Just example, just take a few drop of Dettol and mix with water. Immediately what you observe? The color of the liquid get changed. It turn immediately white, which proves that the particles of Dettol get mixed or intermixed with the particle of clear water. That's why the color get changed. Now, let's just discuss what are gases. A gases is a sample of matter that conform to the shape of container in which it is held and acquire a uniform density inside the container, even in the presence of gravity and regardless of amount of substance in the container. A sample of gaseous matter can be compressed. That is called gases. Now, understand like this: gases are one of the state of matter which is having huge intermolecular space present between the particles. Because they are far away from each other, the particles of gases are far away from each other, that's why they are able to move in any direction. Second thing is that it acquire the shape of any container. So we can say that gases are neither having a fixed shape nor having a fixed volume. It only get differ according to the shape of the container. Now, let's just discuss characteristic of gases. Some characteristic of gases are: gases have no definite shape or fixed volume. Means gases are not having definite shape or a fixed volume. Gases occupy whole space of the container. What is the reason behind that? Because in the particles of gases there are huge intermolecular space. Might be you people just remembered we discussed about Brownian motion. In that, the particles are far away from each other, so they move in random manner, in a zigzag manner, and that motion is known as a Brownian motion. The same type of motion mostly shown by liquid and gases. Now, second point is the space present between the particle is maximum, that we already discussed. The force of attraction working between the particles are minimum, or we can say that just negligible. Because of that only the particles are free to move anywhere. The moment of particles are maximum. Because they are not bonded with any force of attraction, or the force of attraction is very less, that's why their intermixing property is maximum. They can easily mixed with anything in our surrounding. They are most compressible. Definitely those things which is having space between them, only that thing get compressed now. So gases, the particle of gases are having huge intermolecular space between them. That's why they easily get compressed. The rate of diffusion is more than solid and liquid. The reason behind that, gases are having a least force of attraction, or we can say that intermolecular force of attraction is just negligible in gases. The intermolecular space is maximum in gases. That's why the rate of diffusion present in gases are very high, and they can freely intermix with any other thing. Now let's just see that how actually that solid, liquid and gases look like, and their particle appears. Now all of you are seeing here molecules of gases are present. Might be you people are observing there is a space between the particles of gases, like this. So it is a actual internal structure of any gas. The molecules are far away from each other. In case of liquid, they are little bit far away from each other, but in case of solid, they are compactly arranged. So that's why in solid, because of the compact arrangement, solids are having definite shape, size and volume. In case of liquid, they are not having definite shape, but the volume is fixed. In case of gases, the particles are far away from each other. That's why they are neither having a fixed shape or volume. Now let's just start comparative study of solid, liquid and gases. For exam point of view, the comparative study of solid, liquid and gases are very important. Now let's just see comparison of solid, liquids and gases. Now just see characteristic of what are the characteristics get differ from solid, liquid and gases. So in case of shape, when we see solids are having definite shape and size, but in case of liquid acquire the shape of container. Similarly, gases also acquire the shape of container. Volume, solids are having definite volume or fixed volume, or we can say that in case of solid the volume is very less, that's why the density is very higher. In case of liquid also volume is fixed, but in case of gases volume is not fixed, because gases fill all container. Now the arrangement of particles. In case of solid, particles are fixed and very closely packed, but in case of liquid they are random, because they are having little bit intermolecular space but close. But in case of gases, they are random and far apart from each other. Now next characteristic is interreaction between particle. Intermolecular force of attraction working between solid is very strong. That's why they are compactly arranged. In case of liquid also it is strong but not as solid. But in case of gases they are very less or just negligible. Movement of particles. In case of solid, the movement of particles are restricted because the kinetic energy is very low or just negligible. But in case of liquid, the movement of particles are moderate. They are free to move little bit, not maximum, but they are free to move little bit. But in case of gases, the movement of particle is very high. Now let's just see some examples. Example of solid is ice, salt, iron. Example of liquid is water, oil, vinegar. Gases, water vapor, helium, air, they all are example of gases. Now till up to this we discuss about solid, characteristic of solid, liquid, characteristic of liquid, gases, characteristic of gases, and we did comparative study of solid, liquid and gases. Now we will discuss about the fourth state of matter, that is plasma state of matter. We will understand by figure also what are the actual difference between solid, liquid and gases. As we already studied, solids are having fixed shape, fixed volume and rigid in nature. Liquid are not rigid, not fixed shape but fixed volume. Gases are not rigid in nature, not having fixed shape, even not having fixed volume. Now let's just start our fourth state of matter, plasma. Now what is plasma? In simple language we can understand plasma is basically one of a very important state of matter, or we can say that one of the four fundamental state of matter which we are observing, which we are able to see in our day-to-day life. Now let's just understand through definition what exactly plasma is. Plasma is one of the four fundamental state of matter. Why it is written four, that we already discussed, and was first described by chemist Irving Langmuir in 1920. It consists of gases of iron atoms which have some of the orbital electron removed and free electron. Now understand, basically plasma is formed as at extreme higher temperature, or we can say that super higher temperature. So that time what happened, when we heat gases at extreme level beyond our expectation, that much temperature when given to gases, so what will happen, the particles present in the gases get ionized in a form of their electrons, and some of the electron these gases get loose and present in the ionic form. Because they are present in the ionic form, they create a fluorescent glow, and that glow is considered as the fourth state of matter, which is called as a plasma. This state of matter was first described by Irving Langmuir. Now just understand through example. Here if you see that fluorescent glow is there, that is known as the plasma. So fluorescent light might be all of you observed in your home. Now we are using LED light now. So one type of fluorescent glow is there. That fluorescent glow is the fifth state of matter. Galaxy or shining of stars. Stars are shining. So that is also example of plasma. Many other example is also there, like lightning. Whenever there is a weather change and lightning takes place, then it is called come in a category of fourth state of matter, that is plasma. Whatever the fluorescent glow is there, that is because of plasma only. Now let's just discuss fifth state of matter, that is Bose-Einstein condensate. Basically what is Bose-Einstein condensate? This is the basically new addition of the crew, means it is newly developed fifth state of matter. There is no such important information is available in order to explain Bose-Einstein condensate more clearly. This state of matter basically formed at extreme lower temperature. After the discovery of plasma was formed at extreme higher temperature. So scientists start working is there any possibility that anything get formed extreme lower temperature? So what they did, they just reduced the temperature of solid by taking the example of sodium metal and selenium. After that, what they observed, they formed another type of solid which exactly look like solid, but their properties are totally different. And because first this state of matter is firstly discovered by Albert Einstein and Satyendranath Bose, that's why its name become Bose-Einstein condensate. Condensate means we just condense the state of matter. Now let's just discuss. This is the new addition of state of matter. It all start when the atom start to get cold, really cold, that we discuss. When the atom get cold, they get closer and begin to clump up, means they want to clump up on each other. When the atom clumps up, they become one big bulb that look like same. So this is all about Bose-Einstein condensate. The more characteristic of Bose-Einstein condensate is not exactly discovered. It is there, but it is not exactly explained. So this is the fifth state of matter. Till now we discuss all the 5 state of matter, that is solid, liquid, gases, plasma, and last Bose-Einstein condensate. Now we will discuss about the effect of temperature, the effect of pressure, what is boiling point, what is melting point, what is latent heat, that we will discuss after that. So now let's just start. Now, what is melting or melting point? Basically, melting. When a solid is heated, then the particle begin to vibrate with greater speed and begin to move more freely. Means, whenever we give external heat to any solid, so what exactly happen? The particles of solid start vibrating, start rubbing each other, and because of that rubbing, what exactly happen? They just start colliding, and because of the colliding, the intermolecular space get bigger and they just want to move freely from one place to another place. And this happen at a particular temperature, and that particular temperature is only known as a melting point, and the process is known as a melting. It is also known as fusion. Now, what exactly the melting point of water? The temperature at which a solid melt, it's called melting point. The melting point of ice is 0 degree centigrade or 273 Kelvin. Means the melting point of ice, when you take ice, immediately it just start melting on 0 degree centigrade. A temperature little bit get exceeded from 0 degree centigrade, ice immediately get melted. Similarly, when the temperature reaches on 0 degree centigrade, the liquid get converted into form of ice. Similarly, ice also wet, it get little bit higher temperature than the 0 degree centigrade, it start melting. Now, with this only one thing is evolved, that is latent heat of fusion. Now, before understanding latent heat of fusion, we will understand what is latent heat. Latent means hidden, heat means energy. Now, the amount of energy which is required to change state of matter without rising its temperature, that is known as latent heat. Again I am repeating, the amount of energy which is required to change state of matter without rising its temperature, that is known as latent heat. Means if we want to change state of matter without rising its temperature, then that time it is called as latent heat. This hidden energy is present in every state of matter, and this hidden energy only resists the change, or we can change that it help in the changing process without helping or rising its temperature. It is two type, that is latent heat of fusion. Now understand what is latent heat of fusion. The amount of heat energy is required to change 1 kg of solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is called latent heat of fusion. I already told you that latent heat is two type, latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of fusion is basically meant for solid. So just understand what is latent heat of fusion. The amount of heat energy is required to change 1 kg of solid into liquid state at atmospheric pressure at boiling point, that is known as a latent heat of fusion. You will understand by this example. Just take a few cubes of ice and keep in one beaker and put thermometer in it. What you will observe, that ice start melting, and now the beaker contain both some ice also and some liquid also. But when you measure the temperature remain at 0 degrees centigrade, and it will remain up to 0 degrees centigrade until whole ice cube are not get converted into form of liquid. So which hidden energy is resisting the rise in the temperature? That is the latent heat of ice, and this heat is only known as latent heat of fusion. Now let's just understand what is latent heat of vaporization and boiling point. Now what is boiling? Basically, when a liquid is heated, its particles begin to move even faster. Then at a particular temperature, the liquid begins to boil and change into vapor. Boiling, basically, just understand with that. Whenever we heat any liquid, what happens? Again, the same process will take place. The intermolecular space become bigger between the particles of liquid. The particles move randomly in a very fast manner, and they want to move freely at any cost. Because of the hype in the temperature, the change occur and water start get boil and get converted into form of vapor, and this process is only called as boiling. When the water get converted into form of vapor, then that process is known as a boiling at a particular temperature. Please keep that thing in mind, that boiling always takes place at particular temperature. So whenever at a particular temperature, when we heat any liquid and the water get converted into form of vapor, then the process is called as a boiling process. Basically, boiling is bulk phenomena. Bulk means whole phenomena. When we heat any liquid, the whole liquid get warm up. So that's why it is written bulk phenomena. When a liquid boils to the bulk of the liquid changes into vapor. The temperature at which liquid start boiling is called boiling point. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade. Means at 100 degrees centigrade, the water start boiling and start get converted into form of vapor. Related to the boiling only latent heat of vaporization is there. Last, we discuss also that latent heat and types of latent heat, that is latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. Now, understand what is latent heat of vaporization. The amount of energy, the amount of heat energy is required to change 1 kg of liquid into gaseous form. In latent heat of fusion, we are converting 1 kg of solid into liquid state. But in latent heat of vaporization, we are converting 1 kg of liquid into gaseous state. So, the amount of heat energy which is required to change 1 kg of liquid into gaseous state at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point, then it is called as latent heat of vaporization. Just understand with this example. Just take a container and take some amount of water and start heating up. Okay, and just measure the temperature. You will get the temperature of the liquid is 100 degrees centigrade, at which the liquid start boiling, and it will remain same until the whole liquid not get converted into form of vapor, and this process is known as latent heat of vaporization. Means it is the latent heat of water only which resists the change in the temperature. So this type of latent heat is known as latent heat of vaporization. Now let's just see the effect of pressure and temperature on different state of matter.